Dad, here's the little overview of all the gear that I take when I go on an extended hike like this, so you can kind of get an idea. And this is a queen size bed, and I've got everything kind of nicely separated out, and it all fits on there really nicely, so it's not a whole lot of stuff, really minimal. So I'll just kind of start with the big stuff. So the big three are your sleep system, your backpack, and your tent. So I got my backpack there, which is my 50-liter backpack, which only weighs a pound. I got my dry down Sierra Designs bag that I got at REI that's 2 something, and then I got a dry sack, stuff sack that actually rolls up like an actual dry sack to keep it dry while it's in my bag if we get any rain or anything, so that it doesn't get wet. I got my tent right here, which is the one that I had, just like yours. I also have right up here in the top, that little white thing is an actual, like, it's a Tyvek ground cloth that they sell on Amazon. I think it was like 30 or 40 bucks, but it's already cut. It already has all the grommets and everything in it. You can make your own, but it's way lighter than the footprint ground cloth that they sell, and it's way more durable and puncture resistant. So that's a really good investment if you want to spend the money or get a ground cloth. You probably don't need it, but it's nice to have to save your tent floor. Then there's my sleeping pad right here, which is the one you were looking at, which is the I think it's the UL, the Big Agnes UL pad. Been great. It's lasted me a long time and doesn't leak at all. So the new ones are much better than the old ones. Then I move over to like cooking and water. I've got the jet boil with the spoon. I really like a long handle spoon, because you can get down into the bags that will be cooking everything in really easily. So longer the better, as far as keep you from getting messy and whatnot. So that's nice. I wish it had a spork end on the end of it though. So if you find a long one with a spork end, that'd be even better. You don't have to get one of these, but you could get your own if you want. It's just a pouch that insulated. So basically all the food that I'm gonna pack is gonna be in a like quart-sized Ziploc freezer bag that are really heavy duty, and so all you literally do is boil the water in your thing, dump it in the Ziploc bag, seal it, and then you put it in here to keep it insulated so that it rehydrates really well. So this is really handy. It doesn't weigh anything, and it's a lot better than like trying to reuse bags and whatnot, which some people do, but whatnot. So this is really great, like some kind of koozie. A little koozie is fantastic. For that, extra can of fuel I'll probably bring, so we have 2 cans, but I'll carry all that. This is the Sawyer Mini. It's fantastic. It's the best pump ever. Literally, it screws on right here at the end onto your bag. You have like one bag that's for dirty water and the other one's for clean, and literally you screw it on, then you just squeeze it and it comes out and you put it in there. So it's really, really handy. You can also put it in line on like a big bladder bag with a hose. You can put it in line with the hose and then just suck out. You put dirty water in your bag and it just all sucks right out through that. So that's another option too if you want to get your own. You don't have to, but it'd probably be good for us to have 2, and they're only like 20 bucks. So that's that. So that's water and cooking stuff. Let's see, moving on. I got my trekking poles, which are ultralight. They're fantastic. I got my fly rod and my reel, and then I'll bring one for you, so you'll have that. I got my fly dry stuff, which is fantastic for drying off flies. Yeah, it's a must-have. And then my little clippers, and then all my flies, and my extra leader on there. So for that's for the fly setup, and I'll have a similar setup for you for the spin reel. So don't worry about that. So that's that. Moving on to like electrical stuff, I have the solar charger, my Goal Zero. It's fantastic. It's super lightweight. I mean, look how thin that is. It's so cool how thin it is. And I used it this weekend with Jaden's phone and my phone, and it charged really well. So should be really fantastic. Moving on from there, this is kind of like my little itty bitty stuff section, like my emergency kit stuff, and I still got to add a few things, and I'll tell you what they are as I go through it, but this is just stuff that's like a must-have in case you have an injury or a sprain, for cleaning cuts, for bugs, for dehydration, for if you water purifier doesn't work, extra water purifier stuff backup, just all that kind of stuff. So I'll kind of go through it. So I got a little mini Bic for let fire. I got the magnesium and striker for fire, which, you know, we're probably not gonna have fire much, but just in case your stove malfunctions or whatever, that's good to have. You got your mini thing of bug spray. Like I told you when we talked earlier today, I'm gonna get a bug net for my head, so the spray really won't be necessary. Hopefully most of the time we can just wear the net if it's really bad. I have, these are electrolyte pills. They're great if you're like feeling dehydrated or you're losing out on minerals and whatnot. You can pop a few of those and they make you feel a lot better. Compass, I'll have maps obviously. These are all my pills. I got like little stop you up poop pills I told you about. A lot of ibuprofen is the red ones. The blue ones are acetaminophen for headaches, and then also like some heartburn pills because I do end up with heartburn at some point. So I have all that in there. My contact thing, my contact stuff. I'll probably have a little bottle of solution too that's not in here. I got the Skeletool. It has a blade and the pinchers and a Phillips and stuff, so it's basically all you need to be able to fix anything you need to fix. I got a wrap of the extra wide medical tape, which is fantastic. You can use it for anything. I got second skin, which is great if you have a good cut or whatever. You can just put that on there and it seals up really good. That's a must. I have just a little bit of paracord just for fixing straps or anything that breaks. I got my, whatever you call it, I don't remember, knee bando-y type stuff that self-seals on itself. That's fantastic for ankle sprains, knee sprains, anything like that. And then inside there, I got some moleskin, which is a must for blisters. Here's your antiseptic pads, just to kind of clean a cut if you get a bad cut or something. A little bit of duct tape just rolled on itself. So that's fantastic for any kind of fix. This is pins, needles, those kind of things. Also a mini fishing kit. You don't really need that. That's not really necessary, but it's something I made back in the day and I just take it with me. Some Dr. Bronner's soap is fantastic for if you're showering or anything like that. It's all natural, biodegradable, so that's cool. I'm also going to add in some hand sanitizer and bring a tiny little bottle of that for when you go poop or whatever, so you don't have to go and like fully wash off. I'll probably won't bring toilet paper, but you could bring something like this, or you could bring instead a huge pack of wipies, which is what I typically bring and use for wiping my hands, for wiping my face, get the dust off. They're really nice. And you just put them in your trash bag and carry them out. Gauze, I need to add a few more. I probably need 5 or 6 just to be safe. I need a couple more big, huge Band-Aids like this. Then I'll add in some big Band-Aids, are always nice to have. This I just recently got. I don't know if it's any good, but I'm going to try it out on the trail. It's like a anti-blister foot stuff. You put it on in your hot spots and it's supposed to help. Antibacterial ointment you can put on any little cuts and scrapes you get, which just keeps you from getting infected since you're going to be out there a long time and dirty. Water purification tabs are great to have just in case your water purification system doesn't work out or whatever. I take 10, it's 1 per liter, so it's 10 liters, which really isn't that much water, but it's probably enough to get you out from wherever you're at. If you're stuck and you need to get out because you don't have any water purification or whatever. I always take this. I never need it, but I take it anyway, my inhaler. And for lighting, I just take 1 headlamp. That's all you're going to need, just 1 little headlamp. I have the Black Diamond Storm. It's waterproof. Jaden swims with it all the time in the pool, so I know it's real waterproof. And then some extra batteries. A condom, which is actually multi-function. It can be used to carry water, to do all kinds of stuff. So I read about it a long time ago when I was doing research on survival, and it's one of the best things you can have as far as multifunctional. So that's good. I always put one in just in case. Next here is the my cape / like my pack cover poncho. It's fantastic. It seals up in this little bag. It's actually, this bag is a pocket. It has this big huge pocket and it seals up and it covers it. It's basically your shell for everything. It's fantastic. It's full zip. I forget what the name of it is, but I sent you the link so you have it in your text messages. That's great. Moving on, I have a couple dry sacks that I put my clothing in, just in case it like dumps and for whatever reason they get rain on, or I drop it in a lake or something. I don't, the idea of having soaking wet clothes and going to bed is almost terrible, so dry sacks, whatever, I have them, so I use them. You don't have to have them, but it's nice also to organize, to have, you know, a couple different sacks for everything. And I forgot, I put all that stuff into this little sack so I can kind of see it, so it's easy to get it. Going on to clothes and outerwear and that kind of thing. I got the gaiters right here. Those are the ones, the new ones I got that will be nice if we do hit any snow. Also, they're great for the trail, even if you don't have pants on. If you're just wearing shorts, you can wrap them this kind, which are the, dang it, I told you what they were. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but they'll wrap around even just your leg and keep dirt and dust and that stuff out of your socks and shoes. So they're really nice either way. I'm going to try them out and see if they're really hot or sweaty or that kind of thing. So just give it a shot. I've never used them before, trail gaiters, so it'll be new. I got my shoes. This is the Vivo Barefoot. These are my old pair. I have a new pair, but I have an old pair that I take when I'm backpacking. They're pretty well used and beat up, but they're great for stream crossings. They stay on your foot, they don't come off. And just as a typical, you know, all-around camp shoe, let your feet air out. They're great. I got my down sweater, which will go in one of those dry bags. Really lightweight down. Right now, my trail company, which is basically their Go Light, but Go Light went out of business, and so they're trying to start it up, and it's the exact same design stuff. They have all their down jackets off for 55% right now, so that'd be a great place if you want to get a down jacket that's really lightweight. They're like 55% off, so you can get a down jacket that would be normally $250 for like $70 or something like that. A really huge discount, so that's a great place to get those. A little lightweight beanie. This is Micro Fleece, Mountain Hardwear. I love it. I bought a new one just recently. When that one craps out, the elastic craps out on me, I'll have a new one. Fairly thick fleece gloves. I really like these just because they're warm. They're the Manzella, I think, is the brand. I've had them for 10 years, maybe, not quite, but they work really fantastic. Fleece gloves just on the mornings when it's really cold. Pack towel, just the itty bitty one, you don't need a big one, just like a little strip of cloth. Makes it real nice for, you know, taking a shower or a stream or a bath or whatever you're doing. Extra pair of socks. I like the Injinji toe socks just because it separates your toes and you don't get all that rubbing for when your feet get moist from sweat and whatnot between your toes, and it minimizes blisters. Just a plain old Under Armour t-shirt, wicking shirt for nighttime. These are my ex officio underwear. They're fantastic. I wore them on the whole John Muir Trail, and they were nasty by the end, but then I put them in the wash and they're good as new. So those are really great if you want to spend $20 on a pair of underwear. They'll last forever. And then some little running shorts. I like the ones that have like the netting in them, because then you can wear them without your underwear and kind of air out the boys, you know, at night. When you're, you know, around camp or whatever, or when you're sleeping, you know, it's not as restricted, lets the airflow, so you don't get as stinky and whatnot. So that's pretty much my kit. All in all, it's not very super minimalist. I definitely have a lot of things that you don't have to take with you, as far as like the ultralighters are concerned, but it is definitely, everything has a purpose. Most things have multiple purposes and serve multiple needs, and that's what you want to look for when you're kind of trying to figure out what not to bring. Is if you don't use it more than once on the trail, you don't need it. Basically, that's the rule of thumb. So if you don't use it every single day for some specific purpose, you don't need to bring it. And there are things that are in the woods that can double for other things, like some people bring stupid pooper scoopers and stuff like that, which you don't need a pooper scooper. That's what a stick is for, you know, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of little areas where you can cut weight, and it'll make your trip way more pleasant, I guarantee you. When you're coming in with 7 days full of food, which is like 10 pounds plus, and then your water on top of that, you know, you don't want to have a very heavy pack. You don't want to have a pack that's a whole lot heavier than I'd say 15 to 18 pounds base weight before you put your food and your water in. And because then your food and water another 10, and then another 5, that puts you at 15. So if you have a 15-pound pack, that puts you at 30 right there. So and then if you're, you know, 20-pound pack and you add that on, that's 35 pounds. And 35 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when you're hiking 10 to 15 miles a day. So especially, and you're malnourished because you've been on the trail for a week. So just minimize as much as possible. Again, you don't have to bring fishing stuff if you don't want to. I won't force you. That'll save some weight. You don't have to bring your own tent. We can sleep right next to each other if you want to. Though I think if it is rainy and nasty, it'll be nice to have our own space so that we can get out of it, and that would be a pain, whatnot. I think we need to definitely bring some cards or something that we can play if we do get in some downpours or something where we're stuck and don't have anything to do. That's another thing I want to add. So yeah, give me your feedback. Let me know what you're thinking. If you want to kind of do this same kind of thing, I think it's beneficial to kind of go through and look at everything that's going in your pack before you get out there on the trail, and that way you know exactly what you're putting in and why you're putting it in. So if you want to do like a little video thing and send it to me, that would be fun for me to see it, and also I think beneficial for you to see it so that you know what you're taking and you can evaluate each piece of gear and say, do I need this or do I not? And you'll find that most things you probably don't. So yep, here, this is just for you, Daddy, to help you out with your planning. Feel free to pick my brain or whatever. Any questions you have, I love you, and I'm super, super stoked to spend time with you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.